Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks trade-in event video. I thought I would try that a little different for fun. So I'm going to show you this trade-in event and I'll give you an idea that's very important. And in fact, the idea I'm going to tell to you was not my idea. This was Browny. He was talking to me and he was telling me what was going on. I'm like, oh, really? So this is one of those things when you have players that are very knowledgeable about what they do, and everybody has a different expertise. Mine is different than yours. Speak of the devil, Brownie's right there sending me a message. That's fantastic. So Brownie is a monster player, and so when Brownie speaks, people listen. So we were having a discussion, and he was talking about trade-in. I'm like, trade-in? What are you trading in? Well, he explained to me, and I'll explain to you when I get on the list myself. So tell your friends about this video. That might help them as well, because it's not just trading in. There's a mentality behind it, and the mentality is the key thing that separates it, and it can give you a new perspective, because I got the perspective I needed from Brownie, and I'm going to share it with you and then give you my general perspective over this as well. So stick around. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to show you a trade-in that I'm going to do. I was waiting to do it in a video so you could see the effect that it has and why I'm making this decision. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here we are in the premium tank tech tree. Now, I'm on Xbox. If you're on PlayStation, it should be the same way. I click down on my right stick. I'm going to click perpendicularly into the housing to bring up the filter. When I go to the two green arrows, that means trade in. Trade one in, and you get the other one. Okay, so it's like in, and then you get out, whatever. So I click on this. Now, of the things available to get, this is it. So here, and they're separated primarily by gold price. British Bulldog, T23E3, etc. I'm not going to read the whole list for you, but I have all these different tanks available to get. Now, from these, personally, I was like, yeah, I don't want any of these tanks. There's nothing special. I mean, Barracuda's cool. I have the regular Emil Swedish tank, but Barracuda's cool, but yeah, it's not a good deal for me. None of these are a good deal for me to get. So, and then I was talking to Brownie. He was like, I go, well, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm going to do a trade-in. I go, for what? He goes, the British Bulldog. And I'm like, well, why? He goes, what's tier preferential? My eyes got as big as figuratively. All right. I said, tell me more. So it's, tier 6, tier preferential. Tier preferential means as a tier 6, it'll play up to tier 7. So you're not going to be annihilated by tier 8s. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the story? So let's click on this. I'm not going to buy this. I'm going to trade in for it. So this is British Bulldog. It's basically another Churchill heavy tank. Well, the reason it's useful is because it's tier 6, and a lot of this contract, tier 6 heavy and tank destroyers. Well, I don't have tier 6 heavies that are tier preferential, but I'm about to. Okay, because I've played the Churchill 3 fine, it's a fine tank. I have the Churchill Oak, the flame tank. That's a fun tank to play as well. I'm decent enough in this type of tank, the Churchill, to where I can play it. I'm no specialist like Bernie or Brownie or even Razor. Those guys are specialists. Top is another specialist in heavy tanks that I know. The Fishman, he's a freak in heavy tanks. So Okay, so we look here. This is what's available from what I own that can be traded in. Now, I'm not going to trade in cheapo tanks because you're not going to get any value for it. And I'm not going to trade in any of my ace money-making tanks, the ones I score in, but don't come up. So BT7, that's a cheapo, no. Lowe's is Sherman. Now, there is another thing to consider, is that sometimes the deals aren't that great because you get half the credit value. So if you have, for example, an 8,000 gold tank, they're going to give you 4,000 trade credit for it, and you pay the difference. So the thing is, the only time really that the trade-in is good is if you have a tank that you don't ever want to use or despise for some reason. It's hideous. You don't like the way it handles, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm not going to trade in any low-tier stuff. I don't get enough of this Lowe's and Sherman. I'd get rid of it because I don't care for that tank. The hidden, it's average, to me. So, and what happens is everything on the far right edge is what, where the orange border is. You can see yourself. So, Object 252U Defender, that's actually a good tank, but it looks cool. So, I'm not doing that. Super Champion, not worth anything. T42, blah, blah, blah. Basically, these are either not worth a trade-in or I like them. So, Ram 2, pretty solid. Mauerbrecher, but I don't want to pay 600 gold for that to trade in. Now, HMH ISU 130, it's a good tank, tier 8. I originally got this out of a red top secret card, a couple of years ago when I had earned a long haul, not realizing it. It just sat there for a long time. I went, what is this? Let me open this up. Oh, I got this tank. It's okay, but it's a tier 8. I don't waste my time with those anymore. Waste of time for me. So the HMH ISU 130 is up for grabs because it's like 110 to get this tank, a tank that I'm going to use. But I don't use those tier 8s really at all. No honor, not worth enough. Blah, blah, blah. Same business for this. Now, what you'll see sometimes, this is another one. M60A1. That's a Cold War tank. I'm not getting a Cold War tank because I haven't played it. But I have all these other tanks. Now, sometimes you'll see one that's got like 1 million silver. It's worth more gold in trade than what this costs, is what the situation would be if that's the case. And I think I have a couple, at least one tank that fits that bill. My Weasel, no. They're going to give me what, about 850,000. I wouldn't give you the Weasel. I'm getting really good in the Weasel, so that's out of the question. The Weasel's a scoring tank for me. Magok 5, I don't really use it very much, but I've had some good games in it. It's a solid tank, so not getting rid of that. This is decent. This is another tank I do not like, the Chrysler K. Either the HMH Heavy Metal Heroes is better looking than the original, but I had traded off the original for something else already. It's like, no. I could just trade in that other one for 110 gold because I don't have a lot of gold right now. So, whatever. Again, same old business. Blah, blah, blah. M50 Ontos. I do not recommend this tank. I got this as a gift. It has the bullet doesn't come out straight and then curve down. The bullet comes out and it fires like a rainbow. It's horrible. Just visually, I cannot stand it. The reason I don't need the Chrysler K is I have a much better Icebreaker. The Icebreaker is an awesome tank to me, and I'm not even a heavy metal. I'm not even a heavy tank expert. So more stuff that, same business as before, blah, blah, blah. But I think realistically, when you look at it, the HMH, I would never get rid of the Patriot. This is another terrific tier 8 heavy tank. U.S. decorations, fantastic stuff. So the Patriot's off the table. You're not getting that from me. Again, I'm not a heavy tank expert, but I can play the Patriot and score. Yeah, WZ-122. This is a rocket tank from Era 2, Cold War. Not getting it from me. Egalite. This was an operations tank. I could get rid of this, and they give me 400 grand. So this is probably 800. I'm sorry, not 8,000. It's probably 7,000 ish, maybe close to 7,000 trade. So no, again, no. Main battle tank MBT-70. This is a 7,000. This is actually a 7,000 trade credit. It's a 14,000 gold. This is an expensive tank. It is a butt kicker. If you're a heavy tank expert, which I am not, this tank has a gun. It has a chain gun that they added for Era 3, and it has 5 rockets. It also has the attribute that it travels backwards at the exact same speed it travels forwards. As an overall heavy tank, if you're a heavy tank expert guy, this is a tank to consider. It is a butt kicker if you're good in it. And it's kind of fun to play, which is another thing that helps, because some tanks aren't fun to play. Another one, the FCM-50 Liberté. This is another operations tank. Again, it's going to be in the, close to 7,000. So, I know, like I said, the MBT-70, you can see that one on the far left of the screen. That's 2.5 million almost, because it's literally, it would be an even 7 grand trade. So, whatever. Heavy tank, but I don't care about this stuff. This is all a bunch of garbage here. This is another one. Nope, not interested. So the thing is, what we normally are going to see is that the deal you get is not that great in general. So I don't consider doing trade-ins except when there's something special. In the case of the British Bulldog you see here, tier preferential, that gains a point in my brain going, that's pretty good. And what do I have that's things that I don't care for, that's close enough in value where I'm not going to get reamed? And the answer to that was HMH ISU 130. I don't care about that tank. It's slower than dirt. So, same business here, etc. Blah, blah, blah. This is another one. I could get rid of this. This is a medium tank from Era 2 with a rocket. It's like 5 rockets. So it's another rocket tank for experimental purposes, so I'll keep it. And basically, this is about it. There we go, Alpine Tiger. Nah, it looks fantastic. If you get it, I got an operation for free, so I could trade it in, but I'm not going to. It just looks cool. Same thing with my King Dragon. It looks cool. I'm not going to get rid of that. And we're getting close to the end, I remember. IS-3 Auto, Brownie was wondering about this because he says it's not an autoloader. So it's another possibility to get rid of it. Tuffy. This might not be bad. This IS-3 Auto. I'm going to check this out. Let's go look at this. Freedom, forget it. This is a Super Patriot with the patriotic paint job. It's a butt kicker. It's tier preferential. So the Super Patriot, the Super Pershing. Sorry, I misspoke. Super Pershing or the Freedom, which is also a painted Super Pershing, are tier preferential, so they're awesome tanks. More of the same. Here we go again. Centurion Mark V. No thanks. I'll just keep it. I've never played it, but I'll just keep it. What is this one? Oh, Guardian. The Guardian, Brownie says is a terrible tank, really, but it has a cool artwork on the turret, so I'll just keep it. And the rest of this stuff, as you can see, nothing special on that. I think this is right about the end. This is the AMX-13 SS. This is an Era 2 light rocket tank, but it has 8 rockets. So it was a great one to acquire off an operation for free or at a cheap price like I did as a first rocket tank for experimentations before they added all the other rocket tanks like the STRF, the Desert Warrior, the Stormer, the STRF, or the Martyr 1 and Martyr 3 tanks, the Begleitspanzer, and the Rakuten Jagdpanzer II. Those are all rocket tanks that were added in. So this was a really good tank. And we're back to the very beginning. So I thought this was the end. So I could afford to get rid of this. I don't really play it much because I have better rocket tanks for myself. Weasel being number one. Although Rakuten Jagdpanzer II is great because it is also qualifying for this Stephen and Roswell contract. So basically, we're going to go check out this IS-3 Auto. Okay, genius. Russian. Tier 8. Probably a medium. Though, I have this tank, stupid. Bingo. Oops, not there. So there we go. IS-3 Auto. This is the equipment. I've never played it. It was one of those tanks I got from an operation or whatever. Shot per clip. Why it's an auto, I don't know. It's a one shot. It's not an auto loader. I don't care about that. 50% bonus for silver. Tank XP bonus. This is as chump as they come. Absolutely. This is unspectacular. You know, I mean, it's okay, I guess, if you don't have one. Let me show you the beauty of the Defender, since we're here. This is the 252U Defender. Let's zoom in. So this one, man, the front of this, when I saw it, I was battling this guy. I'm like, oh my God, dude, that's ridiculous. Check this out. Let's look at the armor. Yeah, look penetrating. So this is a monster tier 8, the 252U Defender. Very difficult to penetrate. So that's a keeper. Scourge is another one that's nice looking artwork on this tank. Fantastic stuff. Personally, Motherland does nothing for me. Senjutsu, this is a heavy metal Iron Maiden tank. This is the Guardian STG. Now, Browny says it's not that great, okay? But this artwork on the side, classic Soviet propaganda artwork, looks pretty fantastic, to be honest, okay? So, national pride, what have you. I thought it looks really great. So, historically, it's awesome. I don't want to get rid of it, really. And that's why I'm not going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of something different. Which now I'm thinking that Brownie is correct. That IS-3 Auto is hideous. Monster Sniper Tank. ISU 152K Monster Sniper Tank. SU 130 PM. These are all like operations tanks I picked up for nothing. This one came out of a card, you know, chests now. The 103, but look at the size of that turret, it's ridiculous. And this is the HMH ISU 130. Another monster sniper tank, but it's slower than dirt. So it's like, eh. This is the double barrel, the only double barrel tank I have, the 703-2 Black. Very fun tank to play, actually, but this guy's a goner. So we're going to take the Brownie advice, dump the IS-3 Auto, and pick up the British Bulldog because, well, it's just way better. And so this is the thing I wanted to show you. Why you go through the whole thing. And then Brownie gave me the greatest advice to get that Bulldog. I'm like, sold. So let's go back here, clear out the filter, hit this dude. British Bulldog it is. So now we got to go down all the way here for IS-3 Auto. You know, I could have done this myself and not, you know, shown you the whole process. And I was like, you know, I need to show the process because there's some people who are like, well, I don't know, man. They're not sure. It's one of those things that when you have someone explain it to you, I got the explanation originally from Fish, because that dude knows all kinds of stuff. He studied this game, etc. What? Didn't think it was there, but that's the issue. I'm not going to trade my sniper. There we go. IS3 auto, 250. I'm sorry, what? 265 gold. I can afford that. Pretty cool. Now, if you notice, there's that Bulldog logo on the inside of the track protector. Excellent. Right there's the Bulldog. It's not here. It's here. It's really wild. And there's one on the other side as well. So this is another Churchill tank. I got rid of that common IS3 auto. Whatever, dude. I never played it. I will never play it. This tank is a completely different story. Okay, let's load this dude with equipment. I got plenty of money. First thing on any heavy or medium tank, put advanced armor. Costs you a lot of silver once, and then you use it forever. We're going to get the reload up there, etc., etc. We're going to get rid of the enhanced targeting. This is a close range tank. We're going to get simple. Get the advanced optics. This traction is going to help you, what, 2 or 3 kilometers per hour? Yeah, good luck. You're going to be from super slow to just almost super slow. Whatever. Consumables. Go with gold repair. 10% experience bonus, plus it helps your accuracy and all your reloads, etc. The stock way to go with this would be this way, with the gold first aid. Now, after experimentation, you don't get a lot of crew damage. You might want to switch it out for gasoline to get a little extra speed and faster turret rotation. So let's go look here and see. What do we have? Now you can see down here, let's go on the left side under the turret profile picture. Turret rotation, basically 32 degrees per second. It's slow. If you look at the gun, the reload is 3.38 seconds. That's pretty fast. So you can't complain. You know, it's just another Churchill, which is a really good tank. Silver earn rate, 145 means 100. The 100 means you get the full regular amount. Anything more than the 100, the 45 tells you the percentage of what you're getting. So it's a 45% silver bonus. Good. Tier preferential. Now, how do you know it's tier preferential? What a good-looking question. Also, it has a 30% bonus on tank experience, which will help you in the operation of the contract. So, you see tier preferential here on the right side. Let's go back out to the garage. Okay, on the upper right-hand side, you see the sliver of the British flag. You see British Bulldog Churchill 7. And you see the orange stripe. And underneath the orange stripe, it says, plays up to tier Roman numeral 7. So it's Roman numeral 7. This is Roman numeral 6. And they put those Roman numerals in there. It looks cool, number one. But number two, a lot of people are not taught Roman numerals in school. So it's just mystery to them. They don't know what, they go VI, and what does that mean? That's how these guys think. It looks cool to me. I mean, I learned Roman numerals, and I was like, oh man, these are awesome. I see these on like TV shows or movies. Okay? And the reason why is that it was very prominent when I was in 5th grade. That's when I discovered Three Stooges. And all the Three Stooges have a prominent Roman numeral, whatever year they're in, 1933 to like 1950s, okay? And I'm like, oh, this is 1938. Awesome. So I'm a master of Roman numerals. But that's the deal. So tier preferential, tier 6, great for the contract. As you can see, I'm in stage 4, tier 5 and above. Stage 5, tier 6, British Bulldog, is available for this. This is the point. This is the Browny genius. So I'm picking up in trade. I paid $265 gold, whatever, a tank I'm never going to use. Stage 6 also. So for these 2 stages, I have the option, and I can do it in the one I'm on, number 4. But for the next 3 stages, I can play British Bulldog if I want to as part of my contract. So we got rid of a tank I don't like or don't want really. Got a tank I can play well historically. Tier preferential. Paid $265 gold. That's a bonus. I didn't have to pay, a ton of money. I could have, but I didn't. These are the things where I wanted to show you so you could see this and go, that Browny has a good idea. Now, by the way, Browny is 12. He's going to turn 13 later this year. He's a genius. He taught me, and I'm no slouch myself. So we can thank Browny's genius because he knows the stuff like you wouldn't believe. It's really funny. When we're in a platoon, we pull all of our tanks. Browny knows like all the guns for all the relevant tanks, and it's really crazy. He's like, that's not the best gun for that tank. I go, no, I didn't know that. Please tell me more. That's the kind of mind for this game that he has. He is a monster player. He knows his stuff backwards and forwards, inside and out. His age is irrelevant. So this is the kind of situation we learned from Browny how to max out this contract by getting this British Bulldog. So if you want to leave a message, don't congratulate me. Congratulate Browny. He's the head genius. I just work here. So I want to give him all the credit because he deserves it. He was just awesome. Helped me get this British Bulldog, let you guys see it, so you could maximize the full experience and then extrapolate this stuff that I told you into your own potential trade-ins. So that's the end of the video. I got the British Bulldog, got rid of a chump tank I didn't want. Thanks a lot, Browny. You were awesome, dude. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you guys in another video. Tell your friends so they can learn from Browny. And as always, like and subscribe.